Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Okay, this is the season finale for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 6. I've been tired as hell. Anybody that's been pregnant, you need an award. You need some money because this is a lot. But I wasn't able to do my last review for last week, but I am able to do this review for this week. So we started off with seeing that, you know, Karen is still coordinating their vow renewal. She's going to renew her vows after 25 years of marriage to Ray. After the tax issues they had, after her not wearing her ring, the drunk sessions of her saying that Ray's dick is too wrinkled and too old for her to bounce up on anymore and she needs some dick, some real young one. She's now up here renewing her vows with Ray because their marriage survived all the lack of sex and all the potential issues they had with tax evasions, and with Ray basically saying that he don't know if he's still in love with her. They are here, they worked at it, and they made it, and I'm so happy for them. So they're planning it out. In the meantime, we got Michael and Ashley meeting up with Juan and Robin, and you know Michael is so excited. He's like, I have not seen my boo all season. We have not seen him, both of them. You know, if Juan shows up, I'm going to be there. If Juan's not there, don't call me that. I want to see his fine little ass walking, strutting, especially now that he's already coaching basketball. You know he's been working out that tush. And I want to see it all. So Juan's little fine ass comes in and Michael's eyes just lights right up. Did y'all see that hug? That hug that he gave him, he did not want to let go. Michael was like, ooh, closer, hold me. Let's get in here. And Ashley's looking at her husband like, okay, let go, separate, too close. And Robin is sitting up there laughing it all out because you know that she already knows that, you know, Michael wants her man. She's wondering why Juan entertains Michael in the first place. But you know, Robin, you do have a little bit of masculine demeanor about you. So, I mean, Juan may also be at home fantasizing about Michael when he's with your ass. Every time that you talk, Robin has such a bland way of, like, a monotone way of speaking that it's almost like you can't tell when she's excited and when she's not. Like, the emotion is the same. So I'm feeling like, well, hell, I can't tell when Michael's ass is almost like they have similarities in their character. Michael comes out boring, a little bit catty. Robin comes out boring, a little bit catty. Michael inserts himself in Ashley's drama when it got nothing to do with him. And Robin inserts herself in Giselle's drama when it got nothing to do with her. So they have similarities in their character. Maybe that's why Juan takes to Michael so much. And Michael's eyes, glowing as it is, decides to talk about how he does not like being around the group, certain people's around the group. Ashley specifically says he doesn't want to be around Candice and he doesn't want to be around Chris. And for me, I know Michael's threatened with Chris because Michael and Chris went and got them a black woman, but the only one that screams, okay, I'm with the shit. Well, I mean, Ashley's with the shit, but Ashley's with an old shit. I would say old shit. Ashley's robbing the grave. Chris is a little bit young compared to Michael, so, but they're kind of, their scenarios as far as how they're living their life is somewhat similar. And I do feel that Michael is threatened by Chris because Chris isn't back down to his old ass. And Candice doesn't back down to Ashley. Candice will read Ashley for filth in her forehead. So, I mean, it almost like Michael and Ashley are like, we're going up against this couple that verbally whoops our ass all the time. Or in this case, Chris actually grabbed Michael's shirt and pushed him back. So he's like, you touch, you know, all that nonsense. He feels intimidated by them. But Michael goes on to start talking about their finances, talking about he heard that Chris is Candice's husbander, and that how is he getting money? Is he on her payroll? And he basically is, what's the word you're looking for when you're trying to emasculate a man? You're talking about him as if you actually know what the fuck is going on with his finances in his life. Chris has kids of his own, older than the ones you got. So I don't know why the hell you over here running your mouth as if you know everything about Chris's past and his financial standing. What you sound like is you sound like you a jealous little bitch, Michael. And right, Juan, go ahead and check your boo. Check him because he's running his mouth in the wrong direction. Let him know that the only finances you need to be worried about is the one that you got. And you done got yourself a job. And as long as you take care of that ass, you don't need to be worried about what Chris is doing. But Juan is the peacemaker, wanting to say, do you think that we can all meet and squash this and whatnot? And Michael is saying, no, I don't want to see that man. I'm in no way, shape, or form attracted to Chris. I just need to see you. You're the only one for me, baby, in this world. But they have their little luncheon. And of course, Ashley asks Robin and about maybe possibly having a third child. And Robin is talking about how in the past, Juan wasn't really present. because of how he was behaving back then. He wasn't really present 13 years ago. The intricacies of what happens when you first have a baby, and she had to do it all by herself, which was very difficult. And so she's saying Ashley's going through it right now. I don't think I want to go through that again if Juan is not on board with being hands-on on like what happened. And you can see Juan's discomfort already. Why are you telling all my business and making me look bad in front of Michael? Why are you doing that? Why don't you wait till we get home? Michael is sitting in front of us and you're making me look like I'm a bad parent when he just had a baby. Why would you do that? He just looked like he was just irritated with Robin when she said that shit. Then we leave. And then we got Candice, Chris, and Candice's mom going to sign Candice's music deal with E1 Nashville. I'm so proud of her. I know she's since released her album, Deep Space. I haven't heard it, but I do know Candice has a beautiful voice. And so I wouldn't mind checking it out if I ever run across it. But they're now going to sign her a deal. And while they're there, she tells her story about a past and her passion of singing and how she used to sit there and dance till she's sweating up a storm. And while they're breaking it down to her on how they'll have to practice or start getting things ready within 6 weeks, and asking her about the video she's done, Candice, true to form, starts crying. And even in the reunion, she starts crying. Candice never stops crying. As much crying as she does. Candice needs to be sponsored by Kleenex because she gives them so many promos with that tissue in the eye. They need to go on and pay her for just have her be the Kleenex advertiser. Give her some tissue, give her some wipes, give her something, and have her on TV crying every episode, and she will give it to you on cue. Candice is crying. Obviously, this is a good moment for her, but damn, girl, as much as you cry, I can't tell when it's serious anymore. Anyway, we figured this out, and then we leave this scene because they already got that. They already talked about that. Chris is obviously there to support. Then we get to Robin and Juan working on Robin's embellish business setup or whatever. And Robin lets us know that they're still trying to, I guess, remodel their house. Not remodel their house. They're still trying to flip their house that they're going to move into. And that house is going to be big enough for a third child. And so while they're bringing this subject up again, Juan is over here having to listen to Robin bring up the same issue she brought up from season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, and now we're listening to this bullshit in season 6 years after the fact, even after her didn't deal with it for years, talking about, I just want us to get on the same page, because if we're gonna have another child, you have to be present. And Juan is sitting up here like, are we talking about this shit again? As soon as the cameras come on and as soon as I decide to show my sweet ass on screen, you want to just make everybody think I was this shit person. Do you have any other conversation to talk about? Because every time I see Juan on screen, Robin is complaining about something. Juan is whining that I'm not beautiful enough. Juan is whining that I'm not getting up on time. Juan is complaining because I'm trying to address the cheating scandal that he did years ago when we divorced. Juan is not trying to propose to me. Juan and I are fucking like rabbits, but he's not asking me to marry him. Juan and I need to go to therapy because all the mistakes that Juan made years and years and years later, now we're sitting here in season 6 and Juan messed up with having to take care of our kids. And if I'm going to have another child, Juan, you're the problem. Girl, I was annoyed. Juan had to walk out. He's like, we on camera. I'm finna take this mic off. I don't know if this is the storyline. The only storyline that you want to put out there is that I'm this shit person that cheated on you years ago. Well, bitch, you chose to stay with me. You chose to keep fucking me. You chose to live in the same house with me. Hell, we're still screwing. You chose to accept my engagement. Did you move on or not? So Juan is getting annoyed, so he walks out, and I would have done it too, because Robin was getting on my nerves too. She's like, I'm tired of hearing this. Season 7, bitch, if you're there, I don't want to hear this shit. Then we have Karen and Ray's renewal ceremony gets here. Everybody's showing up. Candice comes and she's outside, and she's already like, this shit is ugly. I think that if it was my wedding, I would have a better venue. Now, Candice, when Mia showed up to your video shoot and she was standing outside in the parking lot and she was talking shit, I was defending your ass. But now you're in somebody else's event and you're talking shit before you even go in. Bitch, if Mia cusses your ass out, or if Karen cusses your ass, you deserve this one. Because you have yet to even set foot in the venue. It's not your wedding. Go there to support, not go there to critique. Okay? Then we have Mia coming in, of course, true to form. She wants to critique everything. She don't like stairs. She's like, I hate stairs. I want everything to be on the same floor. Well, it's a good thing that this is not for you. So walk up them damn stairs and go support your friend. Then we got Giselle and her boo showing up. And Giselle got to walk up the stairs. And I want to know if Giselle's going to be as mad as Karen as she was at Wendy for not accommodating her disabled ass. Because Giselle felt like because of her boot that Wendy should have been more of a better host to make sure that she didn't have to climb up and down the stairs to use the bathroom because she's in the boots. Well, bitch, you're now at Karen's wedding vow renewal ceremony. You still got to climb up the stairs. You're going to go to Karen and tell Karen that she was inconsiderate as a host because she invited you to another event and didn't accommodate you and then provide a wheelchair access. Not that I'm making fun of disabled people, child. Let's be clear. I'm talking about Giselle and her behavior and how she's always complaining about something. Girl, walk your boot ass upstairs. I had a boot on before years ago and I had to sit up there and I was on punishment in military school with that damn boot on walking hours. Girl, you be fine. Then we had Wendy showing up with her man. Wendy's asking to get out the damn car. He had to basically drag her, pull her off that car because her dress was so damn tight. Eddie's such a good husband. He's so supportive. Then we have the guests now going to their tables. Juan makes his debut supporting Robin for the first time in the season finale. Of every episode, Juan shows up to make sure that he does not get fined. Because y'all know that Juan and Michael don't want to be on the show unless they're with each other. So Michael and Juan have made an appearance to make sure that Bravo does not fire them because their wives need that check. So we're going to show up just one scene and cause chaos and cause drama and say we did something. Then we have Wendy coming in not saying hi to Giselle because she don't give a fuck. She says hi to Robin. And of course, Giselle is feeling some type of way because Giselle, like we know, really, really wants Wendy's attention. Giselle, after doing some shitty shit to somebody and giving some piss poor ass apology, expects you to forgive her when she talks about your family like a dog, running her mouth and saying stuff about things that don't concern her. She wants to come, and after she gives you this nice, well drawn out, well rehearsed monologue of a apology, she wants you to eventually forgive her. But Wendy is not buying into that bullshit. You knew what you did. You don't cross the line with me and expect me to forgive you because you said sorry because the cameras are on, bitch. I don't want to talk to you. And Giselle feels some way. So Giselle is relaying that to the table, that Wendy did not say hi to her. Bitch, why didn't you go and say hi to her? Why does she have to be the one to approach you? You have legs. You have a boot on. Go and say hi to her. What Giselle wants is for Wendy to kiss her ass. And Wendy's like, no, I don't know how many men have kissed that ass. I don't want to be there. I might catch something. So I'm not saying hi to you. And of course, somebody says that Wendy is insecure because she don't want to say hi to Giselle. That makes her insecure. Y'all just making up shit at this time. You're just making up stuff to make yourself feel better. You sound like a bunch of mean girls. Then we have Juan asking Giselle about Jamal, saying that he didn't heard that he cheated on her like usual. He treated her like crap as usual, and then he left her. And Giselle doesn't want it to be a topic of conversation, Juan, so she gonna bring in and say she's dating a 34-year-old guy. And Candice is like, yay! And I'm like, girl, stop. This relationship is gonna last just about as long as this conversation about him. It is gonna be done. By the time this episode is over, she gonna be done with him. Giselle does not know how to keep a relationship, but she does know how to open it for them. And when she didn't give them whatever she wants to give, she gonna go back. Her own daughters told her last episode that they don't look at her as a good example of a relationship because of what they've seen her portray. And they're always telling her ass the truth. Giselle does not know how to keep a relationship since Jamal. That man broke her. He broke her heart, broke every piece of her that can trust somebody enough to build something. So she's just gonna hop from relationship to relationship. That's why Karen called her ass a hot box. So this 34-year-old that she's bringing up that she didn't want to talk to about the producer, we ain't gonna hear about him in the reunion. He don't exist. He's, like I said, in her phone, like Karen. Now, like Karen said, the man lives in her phone. We don't ever gonna see that man. She already had enough embarrassment from Jamal. Then we have Michael, currently MIA. He has not come to support Ashley, but he will show up later and we'll talk about it. But right now he ain't there. So then Juan says Michael texted him last night with a pic. You know, he wants to flirt with him a little bit, but he left him hanging tonight. I said, woo, Juan, calm down. Michael will never leave you hanging anywhere. He's gonna be there fast and furious every time you call. He loves you, boo. Don't worry, he'll show up. And then Giselle asked Ashley about Michael wearing his ring. And Giselle, who does not need to be complimented on any couple's infidelity issues, decides to stay in the confessional that if she was Ashley, she would have Michael have his ring glued to his ring finger as much as he cheats. Giselle, you would know about people cheating, but you shouldn't be the one fixing your mouth to ask nobody about no damn ring. Child, you ain't had one since Jamal. And even when you went back to him, he still ain't give you one, girl. Just mind your own relationship 34-year-old business. Then we have Karen and Ray's actual ceremony beginning. We have Karen's dress looking absolutely beautiful. Karen has a beautiful figure. We have her coming down the stairs. I'm sorry, we have her coming to walk up the stairs to Ray. And of course, she don't want to ruin her dress. They give their vows to each other, say their loves, talk about how they struggled and now they're together. Ray says a beautiful speech and they both walk down. And I'm thinking, Ray, make sure those legs last them damn stairs. You gotta make sure he don't fall off. Somebody get him a walker or a stick. But Ray made it down safely. I was so proud of him. And of course, Macy Gray comes to sing for them at their wedding. And y'all remember Macy Gray? She had that unique voice. I try to walk away, but I stumble. Something like that. It's clear. I don't even know the song. What's the song called? I try to walk away, but I stumble. Something. It's clear. I don't know. But Macy Gray, if y'all look her up, her song I Tried, she has this very unique, kind of like a raspy voice, but it still sounds great when she's singing it. She's just such a classic musician. I heard her the first time and I thought it was unique and I was like, whoo, save. I like this song. She's the one that came because her and Karen are friends to support their event and also announce her song that she made sure, since Karen is on TV, to plug herself in. She sang Sugar Baby for them. And her and Ray did the dance and Ray's hip survived the dance. And I'm just so happy for them for making it this long. No, for real. I make fun of Ray and his age, but I am happy about, I think out of all the marriages on this show, that one has time in and that one has success and that one has history that would never ever be replaced. They are very good for each other and I'm very happy for them. Then Michael shows up missing all the actual main event. He just shows up last minute to make his, to show that he was there to support Ashley and to say goodbye to Juan so Juan doesn't feel like he got stood up. So he showed up and Ray shady ass says, Michael, how are the children? I was surprised. I was sure they're surprisingly good looking. I said, Ray, with the shade. Ray told Michael that his children are surprisingly good looking, child. Because are you not thinking, did you see the firstborn? The firstborn, Dean, looks just like Michael's ass. He's just a miniature version. I haven't seen the second one as closely to see who the baby looks like, but Ashley's still trying to work on baby number 3. And you're right. Babies are cute, Ray. I'm with you because I wasn't sure what they're going to come out looking like, but you're right. I know it's shady, but shit, I don't know what they were going to look like. Michael is not an attractive man to me at all. I don't know how Ashley does it. Maybe with the lights off. Who knows? But Ray, shady, good job. That was a good shade. Then Michael sits down and you can feel the tension. You cut it with a knife because you can see Chris ain't feeling it with him. And it just got quiet when he showed up. And of course, Juan decides, you know what? I'm going to be a good lover. And I'm going to make sure my baby feels comfortable at this table. He cannot sit down here and just be this tense. Okay, after the massage I gave him last night, he needs to come here. He was supposed to support me. I need the peppy man because I got to go back to boring Robin at home when I leave this place. So I'm going to go ahead and speak up. Then Juan says, okay, so can we work this out? And whatever the case is, brings it up, talking about Chris and Michael. And of course... Of course, Michael goes first, comes in senile, and the first thing he says was, because Giselle goes, Michael and I have had issues in the past, but we're able to talk about it. Michael now turns and fixes his mouth to say that Giselle is very intelligent. Now, I'm not saying Giselle's stupid. I'm not saying she's unintelligent, but I'm just saying, Michael, considering all the shit starting that Giselle has done and all the talking that she does and the fact that Chris does not see Giselle as the mouthpiece of intelligence, starting with that doesn't necessarily exhume, I want peace. Okay, but he says that first. And Chris just looked at him. Chris just looked like, what kind of bullshit is this? I don't have time for this shit. But he finishes his speech saying that Giselle is intelligent and that's why he's able to talk to her. But in a way, it was like a dig. So you're not able to talk to Chris because Chris is what, unintelligent? And it's just like, after he's done saying that shitty ass speech, Juan is like, let's squash this and mend fences. Chris then decides to be the bigger person, even though he's not the older one, to try and explain to Michael, listen, Ashley and my wife are going to have issues. Don't bring me in it. And then they flash back to it, to Michael telling Chris, control your wife. Bitch, who the fuck do you think I am? I'm finna go and control. I don't control nobody. Candice is a human being. Don't come to me and tell me what to do in my household and tell me how to control my wife or whatever the case is. And I heard Chris say, get the fuck away from me, Michael. Michael kept going. He's like, shut the fuck up. So Chris, don't come to my face and start cussing me out. So Chris had him, if y'all saw it, by the shirt. And Michael's over here screaming, he's touching me like as if he was being attacked, like he's on freaking Compton or something with the gun, like at gunpoint. Michael he's just so dramatic. Juan take him home and give him a spanking because he needs it. He probably enjoy it. Like, he needs to just chill. But Michael's sitting here putting all the blame on Chris and taking no responsibility for anything. And so Robin's like, Michael, you can just sit up here asking for an apology without admitting your faults. And Michael says one of the dumbest shit I've ever heard for somebody who has the audacity to call somebody intelligent. He said, what did I do? Candice at this point didn't have enough. She's like, this is the whitest privilege ever. You're not able to actually accept responsibility for the things that you do, but everybody else did something wrong with you. And yes, that is white privilege in this situation, because it's just almost like you're able to see all the faults in Candice, but you're not able to see all the faults in your wife. And Ashley came onto the series entirety when she first came in, getting into fights with Giselle, Robin, and everybody that's stand up here defending her too. Did you say some shit then? Bitch, bye. So Candice gets up and walks away. Chris is still trying to be the peacemaker because he don't want to be like this rowdy couple that Candice is okay being. And of course, Juan gets in between them, sits next to Michael, trying to get them, to fix things up. And of course, they decide to let this go. Chris is like, I'm done with this. I don't have time. And then Michael is trying to figure out another way to make Candice look like a bad guy. But Juan is like, okay, they talked about it. Y'all fixed it. Now give me a hug. Give each other a hug. But Michael goes, no, but I want to give you a hug. I said, Michael, you just need to just go on and throw yourself at Juan. Just show up at his house butt naked, have the behind open, and just bend down and just wait for it. Tell him to give it to you as hard as he can, child. Because the thirst that you do give when Juan is around, I'm surprised Robin is not jealous, okay? Because it's the most. So Juan gives him a hug, and he's like, I want to kiss too, but people are watching, but I just want to slobber on those lips. Thank you for coming here to my set and saving me, boo. I knew I loved you. See, you were always my ride or die. And I'm just like, the entire time this conversation is going on, I just see Michael and Juan. And whenever I see Michael's face when Juan shows up, it's like a glow in his eye. It's like, when somebody's pregnant and they're glowing, it's like, or they're in love for the first time. Michael has that glow whenever Juan shows up. And it's the most amusing thing to watch. And Robin can see it, but she's just laughing. I bet you Michael has texted some very inappropriate shit to Juan, but Juan is not putting that shit up on blast. Then we have It's Time to Dance. Everybody gets up there dancing. Juan decides that he already fixed things with his boo, and he wants to make sure his boo is happy and content, so it's time to leave. He's calling an Uber. Robin is like, how you gonna fix things with Michael and then leave me here without even dancing me? Shit, I'm the person that you're supposed to be engaged with. You didn't come here and give more attention to Michael than you gave me, and now you're gonna leave me? Juan says, I gotta work tomorrow, and he leaves. It says he's going to an Uber and leaves his soon-to-be wife there. And then Chris goes to check Candice for the white privilege comment. Candice ain't trying to hear that shit. Robin says that the house is the house that they're still fixing up is the reason for them not having no wedding plans, bitch. We just saw the reason why you don't have wedding plans. Did you see Juan and Michael interact? Is it just me, girl? Are you not paying attention to this? Then we're done. Now we get to the reunion part 1 trailer, which is juicy as hell. Jamal, this is now owing the church money, I think $800,000 or so to the IRS. And during that time that he was racking up this debt, it was the same time he was fucking all these bitches and probably paying their bills and not paying the church funds or using the church funds for the appropriate reasons. So Karen is giving Giselle a hint to go on and lawyer up because they might come after her for that $800K now that she got money. And Jamal might actually make her pay for it because Jamal's just that kind of a sleazeball. Then we got the whole insecurity comment towards Wendy, and Wendy's screaming, he tossed your salad at Mia. Like, you over here lying, everybody's tossing your salad at Mia, making her look like a fool. Then we have Mia calling Candice a hood rat, and Candice telling her, your mama. Just like, Candice will never learn. Candice will never learn. You can beat her ass 4, 6, 7, 8, 900 times, and Candice will never, ever learn. Okay, she will always repeat the same shit that gets you good if you express to her that hurts your feelings. Stop calling her ass a hood rat. Then we have Giselle saying that if Mia would have clocked Candice, she would have been like, well, Giselle's fake ass was on last season after Monique beat up Candice, talking about violence is never the answer. She came with a bodyguard in front of Monique saying that she doesn't know if Monique is stable and can control herself. She perpetuated this naive idea that Monique is just a black woman that can't control herself, this angry black woman that just can snap whenever she wants to. But here's Mia, sitting up here and she says that she would be okay or she wouldn't say nothing if Mia were to go ahead and hit Candice. This is what I talk about with the green-eyed bandits walking around with that light-skinned, dark-skinned privilege idea. It's okay if you're going to go after Monique, you're going to go after Wendy and say that they're being too aggressive or they're being too this or they're being too that, but you're going to sit up here and say it's okay for Mia to go and hit Candice even though Candice is talking about your mama. If you're going to be okay with Mia hitting Candice, you better be okay with Monique hitting Candice, because Candice's mouth is just as reckless as every damn body. Ashley on Twitter, every damn body that she considers her enemy, she'll be just as reckless. And don't sit up here and say violence is never the answer last season, but you're okay with it this season. Bitch, bye. So that was the end. I can't wait for the reunion. Nicki Minaj is supposed to make her appearance. Why? I don't know. I think that she has a little legal case that she needs to go and deal with. This $20 million that's about to come after her pockets, because they ain't gonna come after her hubby. I don't know why the hell your ass is sitting up here on this show. Are they paying her? Anyway, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to head and watch Salt Lake City. And if it's good, I'm going to review it too. Bye.